Hi guys, Lizardlea here for day 13 of Native Maiden. It's already noon. My mom and I have been super busy, but this was the progress from day 12. Finished off the top, well, of her, and it started on the background. So I'll just continue with the background. Um, Yesterday, oh my goodness. So my mom and I went to the swap meet, or the bazaar, whatever you want to call it. So, like it's big open area where there are a ton of little shops where you can buy a bunch of stuff, and usually it's for a really good price. So that was really fun. I bought like a ton more fans, so there's going to be more, yay. Um, and then afterwards, we went to pick up my grandma, and we went to a store, and then we went to go eat. And it was weird. My grandma was like, take a right here. We took a right, and they're like, wait a minute, I know we're going the wrong way. So we turned around, and we eventually got to where we wanted to eat. It took a little bit longer than usual because usually when my grandma and I go to this place, we go on weekdays. This time we went on a Saturday, so it was really busy. And so, neither of us had been expecting that. I mean, we should have, but we hadn't. So, it took longer than it normally would. And then my mom and I went and we dropped my grandma off. And as we were parking, we saw a woman by the side of the road. She wasn't on the sidewalk. She was on the side of the road in an electric wheelchair. And she was messing with it, and it was not moving. So my grandma needed my help inside. So, I helped her in there, and we did what we needed to. I came out. My grandma was like, where's your mom? She's not in the car. And I was like, Mom, she's helping the woman in the wheelchair. And grandma was like, are you sure? And I was like, duh. Like, that's what I would have done had I not gone in to help you. And I walked to the car. I saw my mom wasn't in there. I turned, and she was over there with the woman in the wheelchair. And there was also a man with her. And they were both looking at the wheelchair, trying to figure it out. I made my way over and I asked, and the one of the brakes had been engaged on one of the back wheels, and it wasn't moving. But then after they unengaged it, it still wasn't moving. So we were all hoping that it was the battery had died because she was trying so long and it was working really hard, but the brake was on. But we managed to help her into the man's truck, and then we got her wheelchair into the back truck. And she was missing her left leg from the knee down. So, it was not easy, and there was no way we were going to just leave her there. What? Hold on. I don't remember where I was. So it was not easy, to help her around, to get the wheelchair up there, but, we managed it. And so she drove with him, and my mom and I drove behind, and we got to her apartment, and he and I were moving the wheelchair because it did not want to move. It was so resistant. We were both hunched over, pushing it forward, and it still took a while. And the woman gave my mom her keys to her apartment, so my mom was able to go in there and get a regular wheelchair, not an electric one. And so he and I got that electric one in there. And when she was in her wheelchair, because there was a big slope to get to her apartment. No stairs, but a steep slope. And so my mom was like, do you need help? And then I was like, oh no, I got this. She turned around and just wheeled backwards up the slope, like, boom. So we were like, wow, okay, you've got a system. That's good. But, oh my God, we don't know how long she was out there, stuck on the side of the road on her wheelchair with no one helping her. But I don't think it was too long. She seemed, nervous, but she didn't seem just dejected that no one was going to help her and that she was going to be stuck there. Oh my goodness. But I had 5 minutes when I got to my Michael's, the store I was interviewing at before my interview started. So I was like, oh my goodness, I was this close to being late. But honestly, I would rather save a human, or help a human being than make a job interview any day, because I can't even imagine how I would have reacted had I been in her position. If I was stuck on the side of the road and I could not walk and my electric wheelchair broke down, I would probably become very upset, and I would probably just be crying. It would not be good. And she was so upbeat, and when we were saying bye, she was like, oh, bless you, thank you so much. I mean, oh my goodness. And she was so embarrassed, and we all felt so bad, but it wasn't a pity thing. It was, if I had been in this position, I know what it would have been like to ask for help. It wouldn't be easy. But oh, I'm so glad we were there to help her. It would have been, I just, like, with the heat, with the weather we have here, she could have had a heat stroke. Oh my God. So yeah, yesterday was not an easy day. But the best part about that story, so it was my mom and I, who are both super white, that man and his daughter, who were Mexican, and the woman in the wheelchair, who was black. Like, a bunch of different people came together to help someone who needed help. And it had nothing to do with the color of our skin. I think it's a great thing. I'm so glad. Like, every single obstacle we ran into with making the wrong turn and then waiting longer than usual to get our food, I'm so thankful for that. Because I don't know if that guy and his daughter would have been able to help her on their own, because the little girl was really small and the wheelchair was really heavy. Like, it was the man and I who were moving it. I don't know if she could have done it. So I'm like, I am so thankful that we were there to help her, because you guys, I can't even imagine. So yeah, I hope you guys, if you see someone struggling like that, I hope you're the kind of people that will blow anything else off in order to help them. Like, I think people are so much more important. Like living things, people and animals, I think they're so much more important than, like your material things or a job interview. If I had gone there and been late and I told them that and they were like, "Oh, that's too bad, you should have been here," I wouldn't want to work for them. But I did tell the woman, because I was really like I was kind of shaking when I got there because I was really nervous, and I was like, I was so afraid I was going to be late because of what happened. And she's like, "Oh, bless you, I'm so glad you guys were there." So I was like, if I get this job, I'm going to be working for someone who supports, helping other people above making it to an interview. I was on time, but I mean, I told her, I was like, I was worried I would be late, but actually, I was worried I was going to be late after we finished helping her. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't even cross my mind that I had an interview to go to when we were helping her, because it was so much more important. So yeah, it was. I didn't do it for the karma, because I think it's the right thing to do. Like, you are morally obligated to help people if you have the opportunity to. I think it's as simple as that. But if karma is a thing, I should have some good karma on my side now. So, hopefully that helps me get the job. Oh, I was gonna start crying. Like, oh my goodness, it was. I can't even begin to imagine what it felt like to be her. And she was saying she could hear a bunch of dogs barking, because everyone in that neighborhood owns a dog. And she was like, I was worried that they were going to be really big ones and they were going to get out and they might attack me. And what would she be able to do? She was confined to that wheelchair. Like, oh my God. But, we were able to help her. I'm really thankful for that. And then when we got home, my mom and I just graded a bunch of her kids' papers. And that's why I didn't start working today until noon, because we were continuing to grade papers this morning. Oh my goodness, the amount of work my mom has to do is insane. Like, oh. Okay, I've been ranting for a while now, so I apologize, but yesterday was super stressful. Like, whew. And yeah, I feel better now, though. Like, I feel calmer. Oh, so yeah. Help people if you are given the opportunity to, because, they're people. Everybody needs help every once in a while, and it's hard to ask for help, but it's easy to offer help. I've never felt ashamed for being like, "Oh, hey, can I help you?" I have felt ashamed when I'm like, "Oh, can you help me on this?" Like, I get embarrassed about things like that. It's hard to admit, like, if you're wrong or if you don't understand something, but it's easy to offer help. That's not scary. I'm just saying. Just saying. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go stitch now. I apologize for that. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about all of that stuff, but you know. I know I have people of all ages watching my videos, and the majority of them are female, and most women are, more on the emotional spectrum than others. So, I'm sure you guys relate, but I do think it's, important to talk about things. So, if you guys would prefer, I edit these in the future and put them at the end of the video and keep the beginning just really short, the hey guys, Lizardlea here. I can do that. I can totally, in the future, move these large chunks of talking all to the end. And you'll easily be able to tell because the lighting gets way darker when I'm done versus when I first start and it's brighter. So yeah, let me know if you guys want me to keep all of the talking or like this talking where I'm not stitching at all for the end or not, because I know a lot of people watch for the stitching, and if it's just a quick intro and then it starts and then it gets to talking at the end, you can skip that all without having to mess around. So yeah, just let me know. Go comment right now, and then you can watch me finish stitching.
esta parte de Puerto Rico. Esta bomba yo la dedico a toda mi gente de Puerto Rico, a la familia Fontanet, allá en Cupe Alto y Lo Mejía en Vega Baja. ¡Que gocen! ¡Sí! Bomba, bomba, para siempre. Bomba, bomba está presente, aquí lo canta mi gente. Bomba, bomba, para siempre. Baila, baila y goza, mi bomba puertorriqueña. Bomba, bomba. Bomba, bomba. Bomba, bomba. Bomba, bomba. Bomba, bomba, para siempre.
Whose laptop restarted? Mine! I think I was at like 20 minutes. So that would have been like 3 minutes in the video, maybe 5. Ah!
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
But I promise you, babe, I'll always be
I do believe this is the end of the white on this side. Woohoo! And I'm done with the yellow on this side. Woohoo! I really want to continue, but that's the end of day 13. I need to go to bed. It is almost 9:30. So, almost finished the metallic on that side. Almost! So I'll definitely finish that tomorrow. I mean, I think I'll finish the background entirely tomorrow, and then I'll get a start on the border. Don't know if I'll finish the border, but yesterday was an ordeal, and today, anytime I took a break, I went over and helped my mom with some more grading. Oh my goodness. So, I'm tired. I'm gonna edit this, and I'm gonna go to bed, because I need to get some sleep. I don't want to sleep in tomorrow, but I might. You never know. I already talked way too much in the intro to this one, so I'm going to leave this one short. So, subscribe, share, like, comment, and all that jazz. I'll see you guys in the next video. I was in the middle of editing when I realized I never said how long this took me. I had 4 hours and 23 minutes of work. So, yeah, I think that's the least I've done so far. Sorry. I think Tessa agrees. She's really disappointed in me.